Now, over the last couple of days, there's been outrage about what happened at that protest, march, whatever you want to call it, down in D.C., involving Nathan Phillips, the Native American, the Hebrew Israelites, and these white kids at that Covington Catholic school out of Kentucky. Well, let's just say that there's good and bad to the internet. The good thing in this case is that when something is put out there for the world to see on the internet, it really never goes away, and it can always be used to a benefit when it's something in your favor, such as this image or images right here. Now, you had a lot of people coming to defend those white students at that Catholic school. I mean, they were coming to bat for them, to protect them and defend them and all of that. But what they probably didn't know was going to happen was somebody was going to dig back a few years, not that long, just about 4 years, back to 2015, and find this image. So as you can see in this image right here, this school was playing against a predominantly black team. And in this image right here, you can see the white students literally jeering, probably saying all types of stuff. You can only, a picture can tell 1,000 words, to this black player right here. This image reminds me so much of that infamous image of the black man at the counter back in maybe the 60s during, Jim Crow, where you had the white males literally standing around him saying all types of things, probably calling him all kinds of N-words, and I think they were pouring drinks on him and all types of things just for sitting at the counter. This is exactly what it looks like right here in modern day. But if you look at the image closely, you can see that some of them came dressed up in complete blackface from head to toe. And this one right here on the far right, I'm on my phone so I can't point to it, but on the far right, he looks like Venom. Venom, the Marvel character, Spider-Man's enemy or one of his enemies. He looks just like that. I thought that's who it was. Now, they're going to probably try and spin this and say, oh, it was this, that, and the third. No, it was not. And they said that this so-called thing has been going on for 10 years. Now, it's amazing how they managed to try to keep this under wraps. They tried to bury this so much because they wanted to show those boys in such a good light after what they did in D.C. This doesn't look good for them at all. Because now it goes against the narrative that they tried to paint that picture of with them. And I wonder what that mother has to say about this. The one that I talked about in my previous video where she was saying, oh, that they were the ones that were being attacked and all this, that, and the third. But this has been going on for 10 years. So we're going back to, if we're counting 2019, we're counting all the way back to 2009. Like, look at this. Now, here's another one. Look, hideous. And this is a so-called Catholic school that did this. It says a student from a 2011 quote-unquote blackout pep rally had painted his entire upper body in black paint. At another event in 2015, more students wore blackface and jeered as an African-American player from the school's opponent stood in front of them. And there's like a big wider picture right here where, see, they're all wearing black. They said they call it a blackout. Fine. But if you're going to go ahead and do the whole blackface thing, that's going to be their excuse. Oh, it was a blackout night. It was a blackout event. Okay, just wear the black. That's it. That's like if black people was to have a whiteout night or anything like that. Oh, I'll give you a better example. You know how a lot of people have white parties, like all white parties usually in the summertime? You wouldn't catch a black person going to an all white party dressed up as a white person. But let them do this whole blackout thing. They got to take it to the extreme and do stuff like this. Now, what's even more interesting about the whole thing is that, sorry about that, I got interrupted. But what's so interesting about this is that when I was scrolling through this particular article, which I will leave the link in the description, it stated that the school deleted their Facebook page, and has disconnected their phone. Because what happened this past weekend, coupled on with this that just came out, they got hit up so many times with a lot of negative press to the point where they had to cut off everything. So kudos to the person who dug this up, because they would probably have rather this remain buried. But y'all let me know what you think down in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. The links will be in the description. I will talk to you in the next one.